Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Points of Articulation. My name's Dave, and it's Micro Machine March, and today we're looking at the Interdictor, one of my favorite Imperial ships. I used to love this thing back in the day, especially with that game Star Wars vs. Star Trek. There was a great model that you could build. Very awesome, especially in the Thawne books. However, when Disney took over, this ship didn't exist anymore. It wasn't canon. And luckily, it came out in Rebels. And this is the model that Rebels used. The Rebels CG model is a little different than this. I think it's a little thicker. This is a little thin. But nonetheless, it's very good. Now, Hasbro made this in the set. I believe it was called Mandalorian Melee. It was released in 2016 before Rogue One hit the theaters. And I'm glad I have this. I always love capital ships. And this thing is sick. Now, we all know the Interdictor has these gravity well generators that can make a gravity well and stop ships from going into hyperspace or pull the ships out of hyperspace. So very awesome ship. Now the main color scheme on this is a nice light gray. We have some dark gray going on center, black on the gravity wells, and then we have some blue for the one engine. The other little engines aren't painted, but it is what it is. I'm not going to knock it for that. And this thing is about 2¼ inches, so it's a nice size vehicle, and I'm pretty glad for that. So let's get to the meat and the potatoes and look at the mold, measure it up, and compare it to some other ships. Now, this may just have basic paint and colored plastic. However, there is a great mold on this thing. And we can see the tons of little lines here, crevices, all these modules here. Like, this thing would have looked sick with a black wash. We have our shield generators, our bridge right there. Just nice. On the back, we have some molded details. Our engines. On the back, copyright crap. And they don't put a date on here no more, which kind of stinks. We have our landing bay there, or shuttle bay, whatever you want to call it. And look at all that great detail right here. I always like the shuttle bay here. I always thought those were great, even on the Star Destroyers, and these gravity wells are nice looking too. Now, to me it looks a little thin, but I guess I'm lucky Hasbro even made it. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Could it have been a little thicker? Yeah, maybe, but it is a nice addition to the collection, I think. And just like other Hasbro Micro Machines, this one does not come with a stand, but I just so happen to have an extra from the Galoob days. And I'll put that in, and you're good to go. To compare, I have it next to the Hasbro version of the Imperial Star Destroyer. And you can see the differences here. This one's paper thin, and the Star Destroyer is all beefy. Engines are similar. This one only has one. This one's got 3 with the 4 miniature ones. Just nice. I like the little nods to the original design of the ship. However, they altered some little things to make it unique in their own. And you gotta give them credit. At least they brought it back to the canon. But awesome ships, both very good. I recommend them. And that does it for today's review of the Star Wars Micro Machines Interdictor. Very awesome. Again, this came in the Mandalorian Melee pack, released in 2016. It came with some other Rebel ships, like a Mandalorian Talon Fighter, and the Ghost, I believe, again. So it was pretty cool. Now, what you get here is a nice, long model. Very detailed. Could have used a little more paint, but for what it has, it's okay. And I fully recommend this if you're a fan of capital ships or Imperial ships in general. It goes well with other ships. And, yeah, I like it a lot. Now, you could get this in the whole pack for around $8 and change from Walmart. I still see these out. So, if you want one, I would go out and grab it before they disappear. And that's all I have to say. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my mini review. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps me out. And tune in tomorrow for another episode of Micro Machine March, where we'll look at another miniature ship. So thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.